goes. By the way, I played fucking the new Call of Duty Ghosts. What a piece of shit game that is. Not only did I have to fucking turn off the SLI on my computer because this fucking piece of shit can't work on the most modern of graphics cards, which are like 4 years old. It fucking is a piece of shit, dude. I have never had a game that takes that long to load such a fucking small ass map. Like, it takes 3 minutes, and every time you reload, every time you change your graphics settings, every time I changed my controller settings, it would go into this load screen where it would start the beginning of the game over. I thought every time I was doing that, it was starting the fucking game over. It didn't like Open Broadcaster software. It beat the shit out of it. Fucking kept freezing it and closing it. It was just a mess, dude. And like when I finally got it to the point where I could actually play it without half the fucking screen being like transparent, it wasn't very fun. Like, the story was boring right from the get-go. They kept throwing me in different scenarios right away. Not like it followed, really. I mean, you were supposed to assume it followed from one place to the other. First, I'm out in the forest. The guy's talking about a story, which is part of the intro. I thought, okay, well, this actually leads somewhere. Then they start walking up a hill, and it's like, boom. He's like, oh, it's an earthquake. And it's like, boom, boom. And he's like, oh, it's really an earthquake. A lot of aftershocks. Blah, blah. Tree falls over, like, right in front of him. He just steps over. He goes, let's go to the house and see if anything's damaged. I'm like, how the fuck did this tree fall over, man? So anyhow, he's okay with that almost killing him. Doesn't bother with it. I run up to the house with the guy. Guy's like, oh my god, it's a mega satellite, Zeus Orion mega. And I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so, and my brother, I assume, is like, hey man, you know what he's talking about? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have any dialogue. I can't tell you. Maybe if I imagined I did, I could, say no anyway. So I did. We went outside. We had a good old time. House started breaking apart. We're like, oh my god, house breaking apart. Then, like, the whole world started going into this apocalypse shit. Like, there was, like, fucking landslides and just, like, all this shit going on. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like all this shit's just like blowing up and falling apart, and like there's bombs and missiles and shit. And I'm just like, wait a second, what the fuck is going on here? Like, okay, if you've ever seen war zones, you will never see a fucking crater as big as the craters that were forming in this fucking game. It's like they took a tectonic plate, dropped it 900 feet straight down in one direction or the other. It's like, I don't know, man, I'm looking over these cliffs and shit like that, and I'm like, where the fuck am I? The moon? I mean, I can't figure out what the fuck planet I'm on now. Because, like, all this shit's going on, and it's like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. So, somehow I get injured because I jump on a roof. Because this guy's like, man, jump on a roof! And I was like, okay, so I jump on a roof, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? Why am I doing all this shit? I mean, what is this? I know it's the intro, but what the fuck, man? So then, I go outside, and, like, I'm, like, limping and bloody, screen so real, and fucking my dad's like, oh my god, son, I got you, boy, I got you. Takes me on his car, or his truck, and there was a point where they're picking me up, and then all of a sudden I'm on the truck. I'm just like, what the fuck? They didn't even walk me over there, just, like, pick me up, I'm on the truck. Just like, there I am on the truck. I'm like, what the fuck? Nothing happened between that. There was like 50 feet between me and where this guy got out of the truck, alright? And like a fucking massive landslide between us. With fire! No, like the ground was burning too. I was trying to figure out what the fuck kind of shit was going on. I'm thinking to myself, Call of Duty is supposed to be based off of like weaponry and modern warfare and shit like that. I didn't see no niggas flying over with napalm. But no, they didn't care. So anyhow, it goes on to the point where I'm starting to rub my temples. I get into this. I'm suddenly in an outfit. I'm suddenly military. There was no spans between anything. They were just like, blah, 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 you're military. Okay, so mind you, not only am I military, my dad is a general all of a sudden. And this motherfucker that I'm with, my brother, I assume is my brother. I don't know. Backstory is a bitch. I assume he's my brother. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, come on, man, the old man wants to see us. Oh, wait, no, wait. First, he killed people with his dog. Mr. Whiffles, the Call of Duty dog, was running around. He's like, bark, bark. And like, okay, this is dumb. So anyhow, we go do that shit, shoot some people in a trench, and suddenly they throw rocket launchers at me and say, kill those 3 helicopters. And I'm like, okay, well, I killed 3 helicopters, and I'm like, wow, I should get medals for taking down 3 fucking assault helicopters all by my fucking self, while the rest of these guys were aiming straight down a fucking water runway with nothing there, not aiming up at the fucking attack helicopter, the only goddamn thing shooting a 50 cal, not at them, didn't bother with any of them, but who's it shooting at? Me. A 50 cal fucking attack chopper is only aiming at me. 3 of these things. Nobody else in here cares what's going on. They're looking around, going, oh my god! And I don't know. It was dumb. So we get back to this place after that. I get in the back of this truck for absolutely no reason other than to wait for a gigantic floodwater door to open up so I can drive on. But I wasn't driving either. I was in the back. Because you know how the savior of the world gets treated. They get put in the back seat of the unarmored back seat of the vehicle. The dog got in the fucking middle, though, and got to stick its head out of the middle of the car, which I thought was really cute. If those dogs weren't kenneled every time they were in a vehicle. So anyhow, aside from that, I was like, okay, well, whoopee fucking do, Call of Duty dog. Little did I know that after I talked to the old man, son, I am so glad, but we're sending you into the most dangerous part of the earth right now. It's a heavy war zone, and there's ultramarines and fucking death machines everywhere. And I was like, okay, sounds like my kind of fun. So the first fucking thing that happens, this is what made me turn off the game, delete it, and throw it away. The first fucking thing that happens to me when I finally think, hey man, you know there's going to be some action. What am I doing? Looking through a camera. Shh, be quiet. Shh, be quiet. We gotta be stealthy. Right when he says that, the dog's like, arf, 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 arf. I don't know what the I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then and he's like, okay, it says hit Q to attack swiftly with dog. And then like, the dog apparently has a camera attached to its head that has lock on. Okay, so this dog launches about 50 feet at this fucking guy. Right? So I'm looking at this shit going, don't you start laughing, man, because you're going to get me crying about this. So this fucking dog launches like 50 feet at this fucking guy, and he's like, argh! So it finally pans back out of this dog's camera, like he's like viciously ripping this guy up. And this other guy looks at him, puts his hands on his fucking hips like that. I'm going up to shoot him. The dog looks at him, launches straight up in the air, and then comes down on top of his fucking head. Kills this other guy, and I'm like, I didn't even get a shot off by the time this dog took out 3 fucking people. So, right, mind blown at this point. I'm like, alright, so that's the special ability I get to use. Because I remember when I set up my keys, I was going to say, hey, you know, that's the special ability button or whatever. And that happened to be the same one with dog. So then it goes back in, and we get about 10 steps from where all these dead bodies are. And he's like, hold up. Use whatever the Call of Duty dog's name is to fucking go and scout this area. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking, okay, well, you know, I'll walk along with the dog will sniff shit. No! I was back in that fucking dog's head. I was like mind and melding with this fucking dog. I was controlling this dog. This is really weird, man. I did not want to fucking play a dog in Call of Duty. So anyhow, I go around and this thing apparently has some way to see through fucking walls and all sorts of shit. Man, my parents used to breed German Shepherds. I didn't breed them. I just fucking helped them breed the German Shepherds. And they had all sorts of fucking German Shepherds around the house. Did you know you can scare the fuck out of a German Shepherd by tying a string from a cabinet that swings open to a chair? Yeah, you know what happens when you say, come on girl, squirrel, squirrel! Motherfucker comes running down the stairs, all that shit falls, and they just start running backwards with their tail between their legs. This dog is fucking going after people that are wearing fucking bio suits and shit like that and fucking carrying like flamethrowers and shit. And I'm just like, it can see through walls. It's like Mega Dog, and I get to attack with this shit. So I'm trying. It's like, you gotta be really quiet and stealthy and shit, and gotta sneak up on him. So I'm doing this, okay, right? I killed 2 people with this fucking dog, and I'm like, I really don't want to fucking play this dog right now. So what's he do? He walks up to the last guy. It's like hit T plus O plus fucking F and Q, and I'm like, holy shit! Why can't I just play my dude and shoot the guy in the fucking head? My other guy is shooting everybody in the head. Why do I have to control a dog? I don't want to fucking control a dog. So what's this dog do in his stealth mode? I hit Q. He stops. He walks around in front of this guy. He's like, and the fucking guy shoots him and he dies. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. Anyhow, man, that is my show for tonight. I am going to be back tomorrow. I will see you guys then. You have a great night. Don't forget, donation-driven stream. Thank you again, Lone and Shui Pie, for your donations. That almost put us up there, by the way, between you two. So, you know, not much to go. A little bit, not much. Anyhow, I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Remember, 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m., around there, Eastern Standard Time. That's -5 Greenwich Mean Time, or 1 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, if you're too retarded to do any kind of math, or 1:30 if you're not retarded to do any kind of math.